Hello everyone and welcome back to Enter the Ether, the podcast all about the upcoming third-person MOBA Ethereal Clash of Souls. I'm your host, the Mangoose. Joining me as always is my friend, co-host, and UG Jack of all trades. You didn't follow me on that one. It's JellyKnees. What you doing, Jelly?
What you doing? I'm doing well, Mangoose. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. You got yourself a new haircut? Bleach that shit up?
Absolutely.
Get you
After Extra Life, I decided I was like, you know what? I'm just going completely different. Let's change it up.
You get you an American flag tattoo on both shoulders. You could be Guile.
There you go. Yes. I'll get my tank top, get the American flag tattoo. We'll be good to go.
America. Oh, so of course, what we're going to be talking about this week is the streamer event that just went down yesterday, our time. I'm sure. I mean, this is coming out Tuesday, so it would have been last Saturday. I think it went extremely well. We played 3 games. We only had really one problem, and that was with the streamer themselves and not with the actual games. So I think Sockap disconnected that first game, but
yeah, he said his kids were downloading video games. So
yeah.
Come on, Sock. Come on. Ethereal's more important than your kids playing a video game. You got to know.
But yeah, the game held up really well. Everybody had a ton of fun. I know I certainly had a lot of fun. I wish we would have played more games, actually. But that's the way it goes.
Which, I mean, that's the good thing, right? First ace is free, and then you got to come back for more later on. So, yeah, I think it was a great time. We had a lot of great creators come in and play the game, and they've been giving us feedback as well, which is great to see and hear. And a bunch of you, like you, Mangoose, were playing throughout the week, getting more up to date on the game, the changes, the feel, the whole 9 yards, and able to kind of get accustomed to the game before Saturday as well, which was nice.
I didn't want to look bad on live TV. I wanted to practice up. That's the way it started. Beard and I just wanted to practice more so that we would be a little more coordinated in the duo lane. But yeah, we just kind of got hooked, and it's been a lot of fun playing like every night.
Right, isn't it? That's kind of how I feel being on the testing team too. Is like, oh, it's Ethereal time. Let's go and like play a couple games, and then that's it. Just go on with life.
Yep. Some of the things were disabled, like Arawn's grab, and that's because it is very disorienting when you get grabbed by Arawn. So that was disabled.
Get sent to the Shadow Realm.
Big sad for me because I wanted to play Arawn support, which he makes a great support, by the way, if he has the grab. But without the grab, it's a little lackluster.
Just a little bit. But yeah, there are a couple things that we were really pushing internally to try and get in, and just some of them didn't make it. Arawn's grab being fixed was one. Some of the class abilities was another one. But like the Berserker's Destruction was like right on the cusp of being ready to go for that test. But it was one of those things that was like, no, we don't want something catastrophic to happen because of that. Right. The Reaper's Climbing is another one. So those are all features that are coming very quickly down the pipeline for people that we're going to be able to show those off and stuff like that.
Now, you were saying in the Q&A afterwards that those features will be in by the time of the stress test?
Yes. Yeah, it's absolutely planned to have those in by the stress test. Okay. So
unless something
those should be going
them,
in.
Course.
Yeah, those should be going in this week so we can have our testers kind of test them out, make sure they're working as intended and working well and feel good, and then should be in for the stress test, assuming all goes well with that.
Right on. Did you guys get a lot of visibility for
absolutely.
The Extra Life?
We saw about like 150 to 200 people sign up for the stress test.
Very nice.
Basically from when Extra Life started to a couple hours after it ended, we saw that increase. So an extra 200 people signing up in that time frame especially shows that there was definitely interest, which is nice to see as well.
Even brought Bredick out of retirement. Bredick hasn't streamed in like a month, and he actually woke up early to come stream some Ethereal.
No, it was super great to have everyone involved, and just like I said, have creators playing the game. I mean, we even saw there was a reveal that had been revealed to Patreon subscribers, but not to the community at large yet, which was the troll portals. So people were noticing the addition of the troll portals and being able to teleport around the map and all that kind of stuff. So it was super fun overall, and we love doing it. We go at, I think it's about $500-$600 for charity with Extra Life.
Oh, very
which
nice.
Was awesome to see as well. So
and that's not even counting what the other streamers brought in.
Exactly. So it's going to be super great to see the proceeds from that go to a good cause, and then just get more exposure for Ethereal across the board.
I was thinking about that today. I don't like. I was thinking, man, Ethereal needs to market and get up there and get more people interested in it. I don't really think that's important at this point in time, because the only reason you would want more people to have interest in the game is so that you could generate more income to improve the game. But you guys already did that out of left field NFT thing that brought in a bunch of money to help you with the mocap suit, which that's the biggest problem with Ethereal right now is those animations. And you've got the Patreon. So I don't think you guys really need to market that hard. Like, it doesn't need to be a huge thing at this point.
And there's certainly some marketing that we want to do going into the pre-alpha, but not like extensive marketing pushes by any means, right? Because the pre-alpha we know is not a complete game, right? It's a pre-alpha for a reason. So we don't want to go out and start marketing something that makes it feel complete, even though it may not be.
Right.
We don't want it to feel one way to play as that it isn't. So I completely agree with you on that front.
Yeah, I think you guys are going about it the right way, though. Like, that Patreon is enough that you guys should be able to buy something if you need it, or pay for a certain service if you need to. Like, you guys are moving forward at a pretty good pace, and you should be able to actually fund some things, and then the big funding, of course, will come whenever you are ready for full release and ready for that marketing and stuff. Do you guys plan on, I don't know, doing like sponsored streams, like sponsoring a streamer or something like that?
We've talked about it, probably not for the pre-alpha because, like I said, it's such an early development thing. But looking into like an open or closed beta, maybe we could do something like that. Certainly, everything for full release, we'd look into getting sponsored streamers, some of the big Smite streamers, some of the big League of Legends streamers. All right, all from all the different MOBA worlds, kind of showing the game out to more and more people.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think Paragon did something like that. I know
they did that. That's how I actually got into the original closed beta for Paragon, was through a sponsored streamer. They were giving away keys for the highest $100 pack.
Yeah.
And I was in the sponsored stream and then decided to try for the sponsored pack and got that. And that's how I ended up starting my life with Paragon there. So it all goes full circle to sponsored streamers.
I mean, I guess it depends on who you get, but yeah, that could generate a lot of interest in the game. You just don't want to go overdo it like Motiga did with Gigantic. From what I hear, they spent all of their budget on sponsoring people and like flying people in to play the game and doing all sorts of craziness, and it ended up really biting them in the ass. Gigantic ended up getting canceled.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those things of kind of equal distribution of funds when that marketing push does happen, of social media, streamers versus just general marketing. Finding effective ways, what is also providing the best returns, and looking at all of those things together to decide where we go from there.
Right on. And hopefully somebody will just happen along and find the game, somebody that's got huge numbers and take interest in it. That would be nice as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of streamers that are really big now that played Paragon back in the day. So there's clearly interest in 3D MOBAs for those people, that there's definitely potential to pull those people kind of back into the space.
Yeah, that would be
Which
cool.
of course is the hope. That, or Mr. Daddy Warbucks walking down the street decides to find Ethereal and be like, hey, this is a cool game right there.
Get you a sugar daddy or a sugar mama.
Exactly.
So that's the haircut and the dye. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. The change in location. Maybe I'm just, mixing it up a little bit for the game.
Jelly will stop at nothing to make Ethereal successful.
Exactly. There's enough money in it, man. I'll look into whatever.
When I said jack of all trades, that's not what I meant, but
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you meant, Mangoose.
Kind of is. So yeah,
I mean,
stream was so much fun. The stream was so much fun. I got some pretty good footage out of it. I got destroyed the first game, destroyed the last game, but the Marina game had a lot of fun. The first game is because I tried to use the Arawn support without the grab, and I just couldn't capitalize on anything. However, I will say his fear was extremely effective as a gank deterrent. Like every time Leah would come in to gank my carry, I just fear.
Yep.
Just hit my right click and away she goes.
Yeah, dude, that fear is nuts sometimes when you get into a good team fight and you just see everyone scared away from you. Something we actually realized just before the event is that Arawn's fear technically makes him invisible on the map. Because
Really?
the way vision works is it's a cone in front of you, and his fear makes everyone turn and run away, including minions.
Oh.
So literally no one can see Arawn on the minimap at that point because nothing is looking at him.
I think that's good. I think that's a good thing to
That's
have.
kind of crazy. Like we just realized beforehand of like, oh, that's kind of nuts that he can just turn invisible after casting an ability, basically.
That would be
But
kind of a
there-
cool ability just to give somebody, just make them invisible on the mini map. Maybe not invisible, just stealth, but like a new sort of stealth where you just don't show up on the mini map.
You're just UAV blocking, just in case UAV Lee is
Yeah.
overhead. You can just, nah, I'm not on the minimap, thanks.
Like you can't be picked up by
Uh,
wards or anything. That'd be cool.
And like some of the feedback we've already gotten from like content creators and even just people in the viewers in the streams themselves is already going into implementation. Things that we may not have thought of that we like, oh yeah, we could definitely do that. We like that. We can change it up and see how that feels as well. Some map changes, some general balance stuff. So we're looking into all of those things. And the team, we actually all after the Extra Life event got into a call together and went over like, okay, these are the different streamers. What were their chats saying? What can we look at? What can we view? What can we improve on? All these kind of things to kind of form a plan going into the stress test. Because this was kind of like the stress test for the stress test to an extent.
Right.
Giving some preview and access to the streamers beforehand.
Also, my main complaint is the basic attacks do feel a bit squidgy. Like the projectile speed seems a little too slow for me. And it's very hard to connect a basic attack. I don't know how people are playing Dante, to tell you the truth.
And that's something we're definitely looking into as well, because we've heard that from Dante's, we heard that from melee characters, that all around basic attacks felt a little off. So we're looking into finding better ways to balance those and show those off as well.
Right on. Yeah, I'd be really happy to see that. I actually didn't have as many problems landing basics with Marina as I've had with anybody else. Maybe I was just because I was expecting her projectiles to be slow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe you just got used to it somehow, so it felt better in that it didn't feel off because that's what you knew. You were comfortable on it, I guess.
Right, yeah. I'm kind of glad the way the games went, too. The way it went, like, we lost one, we won one, we lost one. That means everybody got to feel powerful at some point in time. I certainly felt powerful that second game because I was just bullying the hell out of Stunt and Windu.
And that second, I mean, the first game, unfortunately, we lost Sock Cap, right? So that
Right.
was harder for us. So that game is kind of a wash in my mind of like, yeah, we were down a member. It's hard. The second game started out fairly even. And then once our lanes got ahead, we just slowly progressed that lead further and further to then turn the game into a win. And then that third game really went even for like the first 12 to 15 minutes. And then we just slowly started descending. Like, again, they got a little bit of a lead and they just used that to their advantage a little bit more and more throughout the rest of the game. So they, other than the first game, the last two were not all out stomps either way.
Right.
It was a pretty good fight from both directions, which was nice to see as well.
Well, maybe not in the other lanes. It was pretty much an all-out stomp in an ice lane. Beard and I were putting the brakes to him, man. I really did feel kind of bad for Stunt and Windu. We were just running roughshod over that lane. But I got a Ring of the Void on Marina, the one that.
Ooh, yeah, burns over time. Yep.
Yeah, 7% of their total health burn over time. Yeah, once I got that, it was all over. It was all over, as they say in MMA.
Yeah, and the kind of cool thing for me, right, is I've played a lot of Ethereal in testing and just over the last several months, right? There are some items that some of our testers don't build very often or build at all, right? That they just don't think about it or they're stuck in their build, right? So they don't vary outside of that. And one of the fights I had against, I believe it was Britic, one of the items went off, and I on stream was like, "What item is that?" And like I had no idea. Like it just stunned me. Of like, I don't know what that does. I need to back out because I'm scared. Like it was this whole like the game felt fresh for me suddenly in that instant of a moment. I was just like, "Oh, I'm scared. Okay, run
That's
away."
awesome.
Like
Oh, the game that we lost, I lost that for us by losing mid lane so hard. So Astro just pushed me around and bullied me. I even went and ganked ice lane. And Skipper asked afterward, he's like, "What was with that rotation, Goose, over to ice lane?" I was like, "I couldn't do shit to Astro. Figured I'd go see if I could do something somewhere else."
whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
Exactly. Noxus, whenever she gets ahead like that, is just so, and that's what happened. Every team fight, she was just destroying because she had taken advantage of pushing me out of lane and just. I was using
absolutely.
Noxus the way that I used to use Noxus when I tested it first, and she's changed significantly. So the way you play her has changed as well, and I just didn't catch on quick enough.
Yeah, she's got a little more of that burst mage identity where she can, if she catches you in just the right moment, she can deal out a lot of damage over a very quick period of time, which
Right.
is kind of cool. But yeah, it's very different from how she used to be channeling the laser for seconds at a time.
Yeah. I kept trying to catch the minion wave in her route and then use the R to clear to knock down the minion wave. And every time I would do that, Astro would just catch me standing still and demolish me. Like, yeah, I got the wave, but now I'm at half health. What do I do now? Should have done magical lifesteal. That might have helped me out if I would have built that early.
Yeah, on Talisman of Life, there's magical lifesteal, and then also Lifebinder's Leeching Guard.
Yeah, there we go. Why did I say
those
Leyline Shroud?
those are the two items.
That is something, isn't it?
Leyline Shroud, yeah. Leyline Shroud is a magical defense item. So it's got a good chunk of magic resist, and the passive gives you a shield, I believe, if you take a certain threshold of magic damage.
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, that would have been nice too. I just couldn't get enough minions out of lane from getting stomped to actually buy anything good. So that's the way it goes. That's a MOBA. It's a resource management.
I remember at one point you're like, I have backed far too many times this game. I died laughing, dude.
I was still having fun. I was still having fun, like,
which is good. Like that's there. If anything, that's kind of my hope for Ethereal is that yes, when you're stomping, have fun, right? Of course, but I want people to have fun losing the game.
Yeah.
Right. I want you to be able to lose a game and then be willing and ready to queue up again. Right, because that's the essence of a fun game, right? And that's what we're here to make. We're not here to make you frustrated that you lost or anything like that, right? Queuing up for another game even after a loss is like the ultimate thing for me in terms of where we should be striving for.
My only regret from that event was I didn't get to play Talos. I love Talos. Talos is my man. But like the third game, Sockap had been playing Talos. I asked Sock if he wanted to support with Marina, with the intention of taking his Talos. But as soon as I said that, somebody else was like, "Oh, does that mean I can go Talos jungle?" And I was like, he sounds so excited. I don't want to take that away from
him. Oh, Mangoose. It's okay. We'll get you playing Talos soon, I'm sure.
Okay, I'll play Noxus.
So what I'm hearing is if you were on Talos, then we would have won that game.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I don't know if you saw it, but after the stream, people went into the Ethereal Discord and started putting in there, Skipper is better than JellyKnees confirmed, because Skipper won 2 out of the 3 games. Oh, dude, that broke my heart. I was in there, like, but the first game doesn't count. No, it was technically 1-1.
I was talking to Astro afterwards, and Astro was like, I was going to take it easy on you. Like, I was like, man, I can't do this to Mangoose on stream. But then Skipper was like, no, destroy him. I need to beat Jelly.
I'm sure he was. That's too. Dude, I totally believe that, because he came into the Ethereal chat and was like, oh, okay, play him if you don't know Jelly. I was like, oh, okay, fine. If I was on Malaya that last game, we would have won, no doubt.
And if I was on Talos, we would have won.
Exactly. Yeah. We were just playing our off rolls, Mangoose. Skipper only won because we were playing off rolls.
Yeah, he can't take that first one. We had a DC.
Exactly. It doesn't count. Gosh, I don't care if he was ahead before the DC happened. It doesn't matter.
Well, that DC happened pretty early on.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, overall, the event was great. It was great to have everybody in there, have the community experience it from different perspectives, right? Because the gameplays have all but the Leah game on YouTube have been from my perspective. So
Right.
I will always play a certain way that other people may not. So it's good to have different people's perspectives playing the game and different skill expression and style and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and if you missed it, check out. I mean, all the streamers' Twitch channels are linked in the Ethereal Discord. So go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
You can go watch their replays. You don't have to watch Twitch live. Like you can go back and rewatch old replays, and you can go to the Undying Twitch and you can watch their replay. I have a video coming out. Well, it has already come out by the time of this video, but it came out yesterday, I guess. If you want to watch some Marina gameplay. And you know what? I put so much work into that video, and it does not look like I did. But I promise you,
You love to hear it.
Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those.
And we actually, by the time this comes out as well, the Ethereal YouTube page should have a complete VOD of that as well uploaded.
There you go.
So we'll have that for people to see on YouTube as well.
But like, you know, if you want to get like the carry perspective, if you want to see Dante, I'm sure Windu played Dante. I think. Bearded Wolverine played Dante. Stunt played Dante. I know Stunt played Noxus. If you want to watch some Noxus, OSK played some Malaya and some Arawn, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He was definitely wanting to do the jungle, so you can check out OSK's gameplay. Just any of them, really.
Yeah, lots of great different styles of gameplay, all perspectives, different characters, the whole 9 yards. So it was super awesome in that regard. And then the stress test will just be more of that, but with more people, hopefully. So yeah, we'll go into that and see as much as we can there.
I'm gonna have to hold back on the stress test. I can't be bullying people during the stress test with Marina like I was.
I can't play Malaya then. I have to just.
No, you cannot play Malaya during the stress test.
Skifter and I have already been told that we're banned from teaming up during the stress test.
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah. There's no way I want him on Leah and you on Malaya. That would be destruction.
That's where you load
incarnate.
into a game, Mangoose, and you see our names on the other team, and you're like, "I'm out, thanks, though. We tried." 0 seconds in, Alt F4 out of the game.
I don't like the draft dodge during a stress test, but I'm not playing these two.
That's where I'll break out my secret Marina jungle and just destroy people with that instead.
Have you tried that yet?
I have not. I've been too scared.
That would be difficult. She has the sustain, I guess, with soothing water.
The other day, I tried AP Malaya and tried building all magic damage on Malaya. Don't do that. That's a bad idea.
No?
That is not fun.
Oh shit. Well, I think that's about all I had to say about the stress test. Did you have anything you wanted to add for this week?
Not about the stress test, but yeah, just make sure you're signed up not for Extra Life, but for the stress test. Make sure you're signed up for the 20th. Like, emails will be going out that morning to get as many people in as possible. It's about a 15 to 20 gig download for the entire game. So if you have that space available, hopefully you can get it downloaded and we can go through and get all that in there for you.
Oh, the Arawn theme, was that out last time we recorded ETE?
Oh, it wasn't. That came out on Friday, actually, to the whole community. Dude, the Arawn theme is incredible.
I will admit, I was waiting for a drop. I was waiting for like boom,
it felt like it was
hardcore.
Building, yeah.
But it was still really cool.
That came out to the patrons right after you were like, "Oh yeah, I want Arawn's theme to be like heavy metal," and I was like, "It's not, but it's good by itself."
Yeah.
Like,
it is really good. It's very creepy.
Mm-hmm. I was talking to the composer for the Arawn's theme, and they talked about how they loved in Star Wars that Darth Vader's theme is not as ominous necessarily as it is just like, it's just a presence, right? It's just establishing a presence, and that they wanted to kind of embody that same thing with Arawn's theme when they made it, is just give that like orchestral choir sound behind was just eerie enough that you're like, okay, I'm into this. Like, So good.
Very good
That's my
balance.
favorite of the pre-alpha 7 is that one right there.
Oh,
So
really?
I was so excited to get that one out.
Well, you've heard them all. I haven't. I got.
Soon, Mangoose. All of them will be out to everybody.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see because they've all been so very different. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, well that's gonna about wrap it up though. Jelly, you got any plugs?
Just the Ethereal YouTube and Twitch VOD for the extra life stream, and then I'm gonna start streaming again, starting next week. I'm starting to do Marvelous Monday again and do regular
Yes.
streams. So we're excited for that, man.
That's
What
what I
about
was
you,
about.
Mangoose?
That's what I was about to ask. Is are you bringing Marvelous Mondays back?
Oh yeah, dude. I have to. That's the JellyKnees staple right
People are
there.
always asking. People are always asking. um, I guess if I'm going to plug anything, if you have any interest in Fault, I do a sort of podcast with Windu and Bearded, and usually Stunts there too, where we talk about Fault. But if you have any interest in that, you can listen to that a little bit longer, a little bit looser, but it's fun anyway. If you want to check that out, but I think that is going to be about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the streamer event. I certainly enjoyed it, but I was playing the game, so of course I enjoyed it. I know Jelly enjoyed it too, and I hope all of you are able to enjoy the game on the 20th. As many of you as humanly possible. I hope that thing goes for as long as it can, so you can all join us as we enter the ether.